Hello everyone again. Welcome to episode... What's episode?
5?
Is it 5?
5
Episode 5. And on tonight we've got Chris. And we got Andy. So basically we're just going to talk about Chris's car. And Andy's past car. Which
his car's now.
And his car's now, yeah. His car's now.
Yeah.
So I'll go on to Chris first. So what made you modify a Packy taxi?
What a minicab car. Right. So, the Primera, yeah. So, I've always been into touring cars.
Right.
Ever since I was young, going motorsport quite a lot. And then about 5-6 years ago, I bought a Primera. It was a black one.
Okay.
I was in between cars at the time because I blew up my E39 M54 B30. As they do, they like to blow themselves up. So whilst I'm waiting to find out what this catastrophic bill is for the repairs, I was just in between cars. Okay. And I'd buy a car for like 500 quid back when you could get one 500 quid with MOT. Not anymore. But they have like a month's MOT, take a little risk. I think I had like an Astra for a bit that a coil spring snapped, so fix that, full MOT, sell it on for a bit more, make a bit of money, trying to get the money together for what's going to be like, 1,500 quid, $2,000 to sort out a 3-litre BMW engine. Anyway, so as we go through, I get shown a car in Swindon that's a Nissan Primera. My mates are all laughing about it. So anyway, like, right, you know what, we'll have it. And everyone's going, SR20 engine, non-turbo, but we'll get it. So I bought this black Primera, and I decided I liked the way it handled, and it's like charm and quirk so much. They
were rated one of the best handling cars in the
They
time.
were, yeah. They beat the E36 in America, actually, in a handling test. It's because Andy will tell you, similar suspension setup on the front to actually the Skyline. Got a multi-link system, so it got 2 arms. So because it was such a fun little car, and I loved, the underdog appeal of it, I actually got rid of the BMW somewhere in, I think it's like Lithuania or something. I got it exported. And started modifying that. Found out there's loads of different ways to modify it. Really enjoyed it. Absolutely loved it to bits. Other people, it suddenly turned from taking the mick to, this is actually not too bad, Chris. So, and before I sold it, me and Andy had a chat. Andy was like, I want a turbo your car.
Fault. Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all my fault.
You were
Everyone, all of my customers will say that's Andy's fault.
Yeah, you were bad.
So he said, I want a turbo it. And I said, I ain't got the money. So anyway, I sold it. I sold it for triple what I bought it for. Thought I'd done well. I made a bit of money and bought a Volvo S40 that was like the colour of urine, right? Piss gold. So
I'll just suppose you thought you made a bit of money, so you bought an S40.
Yeah,
that must have been a little
1.9 turbo though. It was they know, right? Yeah. Low pressure turbo 1.9, so a little bit like detuned T4. So I thought I'll do that, and then I thought I'll fit a livery to this, right? Anyway, that got written off, and then COVID hit. Time passed on, and I ended up getting into. I moved into a flat of my own, and I bought a second car, which was a Celica, and I thought, this is going to be nice, right?
Yeah.
So I used that, obviously, went to those car shows and everything, because I've been out of the car scene for a few years, really enjoyed it. But every single time there was a Nissan Primera for sale, something about it, I was like, I want another one, I want another one. And I always said, if it got written off, I'd just buy a Primera again, right? And anyway, it got written off. The Celica.
Don't gloss over this.
Right, I was showing off. I spun it into a telegraph pole. Right. Okay.
Yep.
And anyway, got a nice agreed value on it because it was a high spec GT model, right? So it had the TRD kit on it and stuff. Yeah. And that day, I sat there, sort of licking my wounds, and had this. My pride was probably more damaged than the car was, right? And sat there. And it was about 3:00 in the afternoon the next day, and I said, "Is it time for a return?" I got the text messages still, and Andy's like, "Yeah." And I sent a link of this Primera, not that one to start with, and Andy was like, "I was like, you should turbo it," and I was like, "Will you help me?" And he was like, "Yeah, I will." And then it started. So then suddenly we see a marketplace, right? Because I'm sorry, this is a tale.
That's
This
right,
is a
that's
tale.
right. Yeah,
So we have a look on Marketplace, and I sent him a link to this pink estate car, right? And it was pretty well known. Kieran Marsden, who built the car, is Worcestershire, right?
Okay.
A good little kid. But this car had seen better days. It had this like work livery kind of thing that he'd done, and it looked quite cool. But it had been passed around like cheap brass, and the end. Yes, the chain had blown on it, so the engine was done. Some guy bought it up in Scotland and wanted to do something to it. Hadn't heated up the livery and just tried to rip it off up in cold Scotland. It took a load of paint straight off it. It was pink on red, right? They hadn't even taken the paint off, and he was like, "Right, I'm going to sell it for this much." No one buys it within a week. It's getting scrapped. So anyway, I'm talking to Andy about it, and Andy's got this idea in his head because he know that's it. We're turboing a Primera, right? And he's like, "We'll just pick it up on the trailer." And I'm like, "But it's in Scotland, right? We're talking Inverness as well. We're not talking like, you know, up
Just
at
over the
Hadrian's
border.
Wall, yeah." We're not talking like,
That's a hell of a distance. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Trailer on the back.
And then that was it. He knocked 500 quid off it. And on bank holiday in May, we set off at 4 a.m, right? We got to Scotland by probably 9 o'clock, I reckon. We had to drop off another car. We worked out quite well. Anyway, we were that far up Scotland, you could see the oil rigs, literally, in the turn off to this guy's street.
No.
Anyway, we picked up the car off this guy. I head straight back. 21-hour round trip.
Something like that.
1,056 miles on the trip.
Jeez.
There and back in
Had a good...
We were on about longest distance.
We were.
I think you guys topped that.
Yeah,
I've done Nürburgring there and back in 23 hours as well.
Yeah. But yeah, it was incredible. We got to the point where every single service station we were stopping off, I was going to the Costa and getting Andy 2 loads of coffee, putting them in this big cup, loads of sugar. I remember it. We were like half an hour, we were like shit, like literally just absolutely because he was caning it down, bless him.
And I got a speeding ticket.
Oh, yeah. What, with the trailer up?
Yeah.
At the last bit on the average
all the
speed.
miles in the world got to Stringtrim. They had an average speed check of 50 mile an hour, and they did me for 56.
Yeah, I know.
At like 2:30 in the morning or something when there's no one around.
So we got back, and then the next day after we probably had a good bit of sleep, but it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was on the ramp, already inspecting it. It was a bit rotten, to say the least. There was expanding foam in one of the sills all the way through.
Yeah.
But it had potential. Legit work alloy wheels. BC Racing coilovers already on it. Single wiper conversion. Tinted windows at the back. It had this body kit on it. So it was a good base. And it was the idea that if it was that far gone, I could just sell all the parts off it, make a bit of money on it, and with the payout, go and get another Primera or something. But no, because it was an estate, and Andy loves saying the phrase wagon mafia.
Well, but also don't forget, it did come with an engine.
Yes, it did. I forgot this bit, which is actually quite important. The guy also had an engine, which is a genuine Nissan Avenir SL20 DT turbo motor.
Rare as hen's teeth.
Yeah. So the Avenir is an estate car in Japan, very similar to the Primera.
Well, it's the same running gear, just different body.
It looks, but it's got a full drive system and the turbo motor, but they're always automatic. I guess it's kind of like their equivalent of the Legacy Outback. It started off, and they made a
Stager kind of thing.
Yeah, they made a sporty model called the GT4Z, which is what this was off. So you've got 370cc injectors. It's because it's a later SR20. It's kind of got the best of everything without the VVT. So you've got like the block of the S14 and S15. It's got the injectors off the S14. It's got a better intake manifold than the Pulsar.
And the piston squirters.
Yeah, it's got you got the piston squirters. So it is quite a good version. So anyway, we had this engine. Then we also bought an ECU off him as well. That was a Pulsar ECU. That didn't work. It's for sale if anyone wants it. But anyway, so anyway, we then thought, right, we'll get this engine out the boot, because we literally just lobbed it in the boot of this car. And we open up the top, and what do you know? There's no camshafts. Don't know why, right? I wasn't happy, Bunny. But
we know why now.
Yeah. But yeah. So the other thing as well is that the owner of this car, he'd obviously was planning to put a turbo motor in it. So because he was selling a turbo engine, and it was from an Avenir, which is a 4-wheel drive automatic sort of version of the Primera. Okay. It's got a slightly different body to it, bit of a competitor to the Outback. Right. It's similar in a lot of ways to the Pulsar engine, and so the head's kind of like the Pulsar, but the blocks of the sort of the S14. So it's a later iteration. So they kind of put together the best bits and things like that. Produces the same power as a Pulsar, but the torque comes in a bit earlier as well. So it could be perceived as slightly better in some ways, but Pulsar's got bigger injectors, so it's more tunable. Anyway, you go on for days. That's a separate podcast, isn't it? So bought that and bought a Pulsar ECU, which is for sale because it didn't work. But anyway, I'll explain that later. But what we did was we took the top off the engine. There was no camshafts, right? Which was quite disappointing. And then also all the oil was gunked up. So you literally put your finger on it and there's like a fingerprint imprint on it. And we're like, oh shit. So I'm panicking now. So I just bought all this, spent all this money and we've gone all the way to Scotland. It's not like we can go down the road for a refund.
That's it.
Anyway, Andy's like, just calm down. We'll just strip it down.
Well, all I can see is gold dust.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
He just sees a load of junk and I'm like, no, that's fine.
You've experienced it before.
Done 20 years of it.
Yeah, so...
So suddenly Andy's like, right, time to rebuild then. So, right, we'll need to probably do at least a head gasket, he said to me. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So get the pressure washer out, right? Start cleaning it down. And the other thing we did is we went to Sainsbury's, right? And we bought 15 bottles of the cheapest Coca-Cola in 2 litres. Mm-hmm. And I also bought Andy a crate of good Coca-Cola so he could have some nice ones in his fridge. So anyway, I'm walking around with a trolley with all of this stuff. Then went to, I think, B&M and bought a big box. And what you can do is, it's an old school trick of cleaning, is you've obviously seen the, seal it bang, shiny penny sort of thing. Well, Coca-Cola's really good at cleaning things, Yeah. So anyway, we're just literally, there's a video of me pouring all this Coca-Cola in this, just putting the whole head just straight in it. So put it in there
2-3 days.
2-3 days, and the amount of shit that came off, it was unbelievable. Then you get the pressure washer again, clean it off, and it was like, it's the cheapest trick for cleaning engines. Yeah, definitely. So I'll teach you things to your viewers.
It doesn't come with all those inherent problems of like aquablasting or stuff like that, where they use a media.
I mean, you have to give it a good clean because you have to go for full fat sugar. You don't want obviously sugar crystals. In all seriousness, you don't want them in your engine. Anyway, we took it apart. Had a look at the pistons. Piston rings were fine, but it turns out it was a low kilometer engine. My theory is that either it had been written off in Japan, because it's a JDM only engine, and it's been sat for a while, or something like someone just hadn't serviced it. But either way, it hadn't been sat properly because obviously air had gone in and solidified the oil. So we stripped it down, and it was like, right, we're going to build it up with the best we can. So we kept the pistons standard because it's a front wheel drive car, and the SR20 will only take 400 brake before you have to start filling with forged pistons. Don't need 400 brake out of that. No way.
No, the gearbox.
The gearbox will take 300 horsepower for about 6 months, and then it will detonate. So, so we went for ACL bearings. Didn't even need to do any machine work, so they don't even need to counter set the bearings or anything like that. They were just like as stock.
Well, thankfully the crank was good. So as long as the crank's good,
I suppose that's the best in it being a low kilometer engine.
SR20, they call it the God's engine, I don't know.
Do they?
God's motor,
God's motor.
I don't know. That's a joke though.
I don't know.
I think it's a bit of an online joke.
Far better engines out there.
Lower down that way. It should be
I think it is. But yeah, so we did ACL bearings on the main and the Conrad bearings, ACL thrust washers as well. They're quite cheap, to be honest, for the SR20s. Anyone who's rebuilding one should be slapping them straight in. And then Cometic 1.3mm head gasket, multi-layer steel, Tomei rocker stoppers. They got mixed reviews. So the idea is the rockers, they like to throw themselves off at high revs.
Right.
So
the SR20s are always noisy anyway. The top end of them.
Well, most of them
isn't.
I'm going to get to that point.
Yeah, well, we spent a lot of time on the cylinder head.
Yeah.
Getting it right before we put it on.
I did valve lapping as well, old school. Obviously the head got skimmed. And then we also fitted the improved chains. So the reason why the old chain had snapped, which is a common one on the SR20, is the guides are made of plastic, whereas these are metal.
Okay.
They've got metal bits on them. So it's an improved system with a new tensioner, Supertech stem seals. We thought we'd just go for that. Just went straight for it. It's apparently one of the smoothest SR20s that people hear. A lot of them, they'll be clattering their tits off.
Yeah.
They make a lot of valve train noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why is you've got this rocker and you've got a groove and you've got a flat shim. And
those are on top of the valves.
Yeah.
One of them's grooved, one of them's...
Right.
So the groove one keeps it in place, and the smooth one, the flat one, is just there just to make sure it's even. But you can just throw them in.
But that's how the valves are actuated. The cam comes around and pushes the rocker, and that's what opens the valves.
Right.
But what we did with Chris's one is that we leveled it up. We leveled up the tops of the valves using a micrometer.
Right, okay.
So the way I did it, I just got an old hydraulic lifter because we had loads of them. Took the innards all out, and I welded the posts of my multi-tool, like the measuring device, into it, and then just dropped it in because where the hydraulic lifter goes is a point of reference all across the head. So you got there's 8 of them. Is it 8?
16 and
Yeah, well, there's 16 valve, and they run a pair of valves. There's 8 of them in total. But what we did was the groove shims, they all come the same size, but then the flat shims, they're different thicknesses.
Yeah.
So I'd measure the grooved one, go across, and basically what I did was level up the rockers so they're not unequal in the head, and that's where the majority of the noise comes from.
So so the groove shim's 3 mil, and then all of the other ones is slightly less. So it's actually evened out to 0.01 millimeter. That's like the accuracy on the head.
Well, okay.
So it's
and a lot of people don't do it.
No. And then that's also why the rockers fly off sometimes as well. Because if not even, they're gonna
anyone
wobble.
with an SR, you put the rocker stoppers in as a first point of call. Anyway, it's like a Subaru and a baffled sub, same thing.
So, but yeah, so that was we built that up and then went to competition clutch. It's got a 6-puck ceramic clutch. It's also got a Lighten flywheel. It's gone down from 11 kilos to 3.98. So it revs like boom, boom. Yeah, it's mad. Especially with the turbo motor as well. It's quite a rarity, really. You usually do it for factory aspirated engines. Right. Bought a T28 turbo from a Sylvia Spec R S15, the ball bearing one. And then this is where it gets a little bit controversial for SR owners. So this one would have a longitudinal engine.
I think you can do it on the bonnet, mate.
Is there one in there?
There might be one in there.
Yeah, there is. Oh, that might be a KA24. But anyway, so the turbo's there, right? So that means that the way the intake goes in and the exhaust goes in, it's got a specific route. Whereas with the transverse engine of the SR20, the turbo's clocked round the other way because the intake goes in the other side, right? Now, we didn't realise this, to be honest. I just wanted the best Nissan SR20 turbo I could get. Got a nice affordable one that just been refurbished. Absolutely banging. It was so clean. It was in my flat, in my living room, on top of my TV unit as an ornament. It was that clean, right? Anyway, we pop it on and we're like, right, okay. So rather than rerouting it where you've got the engine here and the intake goes to the turbo and the exhaust goes down, we rerouted it this way, all the way around, and then a custom mandrel bend that Andy made that loops around like that and then goes around the back, which is some quite serious engineering thing.
The downpipe was like an S shape, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's quite cool.
So especially mad scientists, like
yeah, kind of.
No one's done it.
Well, no,
because no one would do it.
No one's got the balls.
But literally, I had so many trolls on the internet. Oh, you don't know what you're on about. And I'm like,
where's your exhaust?
But it's us.
Right there.
We wanted to do something different, right? So anyway, went to Forge Motorsport, silicone hoses. they've worked really closely with us and got some aluminium pipes. And the result is as well, you've got a really nice loud turbo flutter from it that you can hear from good probably 30, 40 meters away easily when it's driving down the road. Oh, it's loud. So that was great. We did that. There's also other custom parts on it. I had to do a custom takeoff plate because it's got a
the oil system.
We decided to put a posh remote oil filter housing on it with an oil cooler. It's in a stupid place anyway, but then we could have oil temperature and pressure sensors. Therefore, we could put gauges in for that.
Right.
So the idea was reliable power. It's got a front mount intercooler, Mishimoto J series. And I mean, the injectors are standard 370s. But it was quite a feat. So that's like your power bit. It went to Horsham Developments. And they put it on 0.9 bar of boost, 260 horsepower, 360 newton meters of torque, which to be honest is more than enough on it. It struggles to get grip up to third gear, and it's on semi-slicks. So it's quick. For what it is, one of our mates has a 350Z, very proud man. Shout out to Simon. And we went along the M5 and he couldn't get past me. So it's for a front wheel drive car.
In Mexico.
In Mexico. Yeah. That's Mexico 5 road. The M5. But yeah, so Highway 5. But yeah, so that was that. But the bit, I guess the sort of the biggest sort of thing is the livery.
I mean that's the first thing you see.
That's
that car.
That is another against all odds thing, isn't it? Really,
very much so. Very much so.
We wanted. I've loved touring cars, and I had that Primera, and the story about the Primera is quite good. They absolutely dominated the season at the time, and super touring cars is, in my opinion, the peak of motorsport. I would probably say. And the reason why is you look at the facts. Every single year of the Super Touring, a different vehicle won. BMW won a couple of years in a row. They had an E30, then an E36 3-door, then an E36 4-door. And then after that, it's a different manufacturer each year. Right. The racing was incredible. You got F1 technology cars driving around like banger racers.
The amount of money they invested.
It was
crazy, wasn't it?
I heard talks of Ford spending stupid amounts.
They
were budgetless, weren't they? They were like just everything.
The Renault, that had Williams Formula 1 team in charge. Things like that. So.
My word, Dave, you've grown.
I know.
Yeah,
I've got all of a sudden.
We should have swapped.
Just confuse everyone.
Just to sort of make. We had to edit a little bit, and we decided to swap seats because
furniture malfunction.
So
as I was waffling on, so I've always loved touring cars. The era is just it's in my opinion the most competitive motorsport era of all time. And with the Primera, the story's pretty interesting as well. They used to have the independents, and then you used to have the work teams. Okay. Yeah. And the Primera is the only car that's won an independent with Matt Neal. It had a massive check, 250,000. But that 99 season was pretty incredible. And I always loved that livery. Like, it's always stuck with me. 2 reasons. I think Toca Touring Cars on the PS1. We were talking about that before this. Yeah. But the other reason is I didn't realize on Gran Turismo 2, you can do special modifications on a car.
You
can buy a Primera estate.
I've got
special modifications is that livery on that car. Yeah. It is literally.
I've got it on my phone.
So it was a bit, it was a bit of a premonition, really. It was quite, I didn't even realize, but someone showed me. Anyway, so what we thought at the beginning of the build, going back before we even started doing some of this mechanical stuff, was when the time comes, let's spray it white because the paint is screwed, right? So it's pink on red. The stickers have been taken off so bad, it actually taken it down to the metal on some bits, so it needed a full respray. Yeah. You're going to spend all this money on an engine, let's spend a bit on the bodywork. So, right, okay. And there was a new business opening up called M&M Vehicle Repairs in Tewkesbury, owned by some friends of ours that we've known for a long time. And we were one of their first big jobs. And we said, right, we want white. Don't really care what white, cheap as possible. So Ford Transit White it is, Ford Frozen White, right? Now the beauty of that is not only is it affordable, it's easy to blend in, and you're never going to have it be obsolete because it's on every blooming Ford in the country and has been for years. So we agreed a price with them, took it down. I went in one day and they weren't very happy with me because they had to use two-pack primer. Didn't realise just how many dents were on the car. So that was fine. We got it all sorted out and it came back white and it looked like a fresh import. So that was the first bit done. And then I went online and found a livery for the Primera, and there were a few choices. There's one where you can buy a full sticker set off a company for like £250, but I got shown a picture of it and it looked horrific, right? Okay. It had to be right. Then I bought the blueprints of one for 30 quid. We took it down to Adept Wrapping. They had a look and said, this is for a remote control car or something this size, because when you blew it up, nothing matched. So it would just be like P and an R and then, like this. So anyway, I was sat there. I was a bit defeated from it all because I thought, I've got my dream here. I've got like a livery race car build. And it's been specifically a Primera for like 5 years. And then I spoke with Jack Britton, who's got the other liveried Primera in the country. And he said, get in touch with Andy Bell. Oh, who's Andy Bell? So he runs a company called SDS Race Graphics, and he is the sole owner of the files for the official race car touring cars. And whenever any of them needs a new livery done on them, because there's a Danby Racing is a company that manage them. He'll go to them and he'll get them all printed off. Anyway, I spoke to him, and at first he was like, he didn't really want to get involved in it. And then we explained the build, explained it was an estate car, and he immediately thought of the 850 touring car from 1995. Yeah. Obviously, you got that picture of it on like two wheels. Yeah, that's the picture. Video, yeah. Anyway, he was like, no one's ever done this before. I want to be the first. Yeah, all right, let's do it. So I sold it to him as a homage, and there's some on the rear bumper, there's some sponsor logos, and they've been changed for the parts that are on the car. You've got your logo on it as well. They changed the badge slightly, so it's GTT for T for touring. Yeah. So we got that sorted out, and we got it fitted, and yeah, it was just, I cried before I even got there, didn't I?
I've got it on video.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm happy to admit it. I've cried like twice or three times through this build, and I'm happy to admit but went in and it was like nothing I've ever seen. Anyway, our very good friend Matt, who does he's an incredible photographer. He took some pictures, sent them across, put it online. Didn't think much of it. Monday morning, it's history, isn't it? Monday morning, BC Racing. We want to feature your car. All these companies are suddenly coming forward, and without reason, we've made a bit of an overnight legend, really, hadn't we? So, it just blew up. What I thought was a joke was just, and then next thing we spent the next few months finishing off the project. We battled through the winter and the weather, which was pretty shit, wasn't it? Mm. And we get to Jap Fest, and it's not running; it's almost there. So we get it on the trailer. I cry again the night before because it's the first show that the car's going to, and we get a nice little spot for the club that I run. Anyway, I'm just sat there. I think I'm showing my girlfriend, funnily enough, the engine bay, because we just met around then, and all the different mods that I've done because she's really into cars. And someone comes over and taps me on the back, and they're like, "Congratulations, you've won an award!" And I'm like, "What?" I mean, we got top 10 liquid moly out of 3,500 cars. The thing ain't even fucking running.
It wasn't even running.
That's an achievement. You know what I mean?
So, and we had loads of goodies as well. It was really nice. There's a little rosette, and we were like, okay, right, this is, And the next thing a couple of weeks later, Tyre Streets contact us. We want you on the trade stand at Initiate. Still not running. Now it's got an exhaust system though, so it looks like it is. Yeah. Had a chat with Funk Motorsport and Forge Motorsport as well. Car started running by June. Went to the Forge Brunch Club, which was a brilliant show. Because you went there as well? Cameraman went there, and without realising, I'm sat there and they're like, oh, the person who's won this year, we don't know his name, but he's got the Primera. And I was like, what? So I got best in show, top 50 at Summer Action. That was special. I love Summer Action Day at Castle Combe. It's, top 50 there. Got a nice little parade lap, got the turbo chatter in. Adam C was in front. He said he kept on hearing it, and he's in a Shelby Cobra. Like that's not a quiet car. Cobra. Yeah. Went to Aesthetica. That was a really good show as well. So it's been a whirlwind of a year, and I just appreciate everyone that's sort of been there for us, everyone that's sort of supported us, even like likes and comments and things like that. Yeah. It is really nice. And, you get the odds, we're just talking about it when you broke the seat, but you do get the trolls on social media, but really on the whole, everyone's been so nice about it. Yeah. And the amount of respect that it gets, because we didn't hide, the bits and bobs, the tricky bits. We want to show people,
So, that car is known, as you say, it's known, yeah? But me personally, I've never seen it in real life. So
I know, I'm so sorry. I'm going to see it soon.
I want to, I'd love to see it, like, in person.
We seem to be ships in the night. We seem to just go to different shows.
Right, yeah, because this is the thing. It's not like I've hidden it. Like, it's been to Prescott Hill Climb, it's been to Castle Combe. It's like, we got our miles out of it this year, certainly.
But, I said, I'd love to see it in person, you know what I mean? Because, it's just an awesome build, Yeah. And, like, as you say, it's not been done before.
No.
Yeah.
Would you do another one?
Yeah, would you do another one?
If money was no object, right? He's saying no, right?
Yeah, and he's like,
I'll tell you what.
No.
Andy, I know. Obviously, you are sort of you're kind of winding down a little bit now because it did take a lot out of you, and I appreciate everything you did. But it was the weird and wonderful, wasn't it? It was it's not been done before. This is exciting stuff.
It's built a decent bond as well.
Oh yeah, Chris and I were always friends, but through like working in the industry for the last 20 years, I've made so many great friends from customers anyway. Yeah. It goes one of two ways. They're either an idiot or they're all right.
Yeah. And I'm an all right idiot.
Yeah, he's both.
Yeah, until the checks bounce.
No, we do work together though. Like, I do a lot of part sourcing as well and things like that. And there's also like, I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, but when you're in a workshop on your own, it can get a bit lonely. Yeah, so there's like that moral support, even like handing tools or talking through things. And there's certain things that I probably saw from a slightly different perspective. And, but then I had a bit of a go and I messed up a bolt and you had to put a helicoil in it, so it worked well. It works well.
Do you reckon Dave should modify his baguette?
The Picasso.
Yeah. I don't think they touring card those. I don't think.
Right? You can actually buy a baguette holder for your new Renault 5 from Renault. Yeah.
I could probably get it for my Citroen then.
Yeah, maybe.
Looks like you need to go down to Rose Race Cars and get it retrofitted.
Yes.
Yeah. Baguette holder.
Yeah, baguette holder.
But would I do another one? Do you know what I'd love to do? I've now got, because he's brought me into wagons.
If we're to do another one, the one I'd like to do would be a 190.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, I sold one of them about 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, the one I'd go for straight away would be an Audi A4 B5, right?
Yeah.
You can get the 1.8 Turbo Quattro, so you're already there, right? You can get them in silver, relatively straightforward livery, Super Turismos, stack it with the thing.
Yeah.
Or I've always loved the 406. Like Motor Addicts are doing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
that livery, that SO Ultron livery with the green and the gold.
Yeah.
And I think the other reason why I liked it is I either like a car that's dominant or a car that sucks.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's also like a Mazda 323F and a Z-DOS 6 that race. Like some of the really odd stuff.
306.
Yeah, exactly. Because that
for a few years, wasn't it, on the Independence?
The 406 Coupe, the touring car one, the Halfords Orange one, that sold for 40 grand the other day. Because it's just not very. It's not very.
Yeah.
I've
always had a soft spot for the Mondeo. I think if I was going to do one, I think I'd do one.
There's a few. There's a guy called Pit Petchley. He's got a really nice Mondeo one. Yeah.
But maybe on one of our meets next year, maybe we could have like Chris and a few other people with like
that'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to get them down. Yeah.
I can rally the troops.
Yeah,
Get that
that'd be
sorted.
wicked.
One of our meets, that'd be great. Like, you know, I mean, we hopefully we're gonna start by the end of March. Like,
I keep telling you I was going to turn up, and then there was a misfiring issue, and there was another, and now it's off the road for until March. I'm so sorry, Sal. I'm so sorry, man.
Nah, not going.
But no, it will come out. It's not a problem. With all builds, there were slight teething issues.
Oh, especially running high-powered turbo builds. You're going to run into problems. It's never going to be straightforward. It's never going to be perfect first time, and nothing's going to break.
No,
but you're lucky enough. You got Mr.
We didn't break anything, thankfully.
Yeah.
No. That's the thing. We didn't actually break anything, right? So the camshafts that were missing, we sourced them from. Well, I sourced them from New Zealand. So because that car's only available in New Zealand, Australia, and Japan. So there was a really nice guy, Mike Ruddock, over there, and he's got a few of them. Right. And he luckily gave a pickup and the oil pickup and
the sump pan as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the camshafts. Yeah,
the camshafts sent them over.
I mean, Australia and New Zealand become really big in the Jack.
They always are because they're quite close to them, aren't they?
Yeah. You know, but like majority of stuff, like Sky and stuff, they come from Australia.
Well, Australia are the kings of keeping stuff cool.
Yeah.
So if you have any heat problems with the car, you'd usually look to the Australian way of doing it.
Two Skylines, you're on R32 and R34. Majority of stuff comes from Australia.
Well, they also have glass. They put their intakes in glass boxes and plastic boxes because the guy who's got an actual Avenir, he's got that for his intake because all the dust.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get in. But yeah, we did that, and then there was a slight issue with the MAF wiring, which caused a sort of a misfire issue, which we were scratching our heads for a while. But we didn't actually do the wiring on that, did we? No, someone else did when it was being mapped. Which fantastic company, but you know, everyone makes a mistake.
Sorry, you probably already said this. What ECU are you running now?
I didn't actually. It's the standard Primera ECU, but with a NIS tune board on it. So it's almost like a piggyback kind of system.
I've had I used to do NIS tune. They're good for what they are. They are good boards.
Yeah. If I was running forged power like 400-500 brake and upwards, I think we'd be looking at Link. But
don't swear up your Cyvex, you muppet.
There you go.
See, I like Links. I do like Links. They're easy to work on. They're easy to map. They're really easy to map.
Yeah, but it helps when you know the director of Cyvex.
The price comes down a bit.
They keep bugging me to boost the RX-8.
Yeah, you do need to boost the RX-8.
But with that power, NIS tune's fine. It's got also an AFR gauge on it as well. We put a wide band on it. Yeah. The whole point was reliable power. And when the fastest Primera model in the UK was 150 and in the world was 180 horsepower, when you're running 260 with a turbocharger is pretty special. Yeah. So, you know, it didn't have to go too much. It doesn't have to, you know, it's a 90s car. So when you've got that much power under it, you feel every single bit of it. Yeah. You feel the lag. You feel like, you know, all of it.
We were talking about this with Sam about modern cars. Modern cars, haven't got that feeling of being quick, that sort of scaredness that you get with the older cars. When you're going quick in an older car, you know about it.
So you haven't driven a Yaris GR then?
No,
I haven't driven it.
That's probably one of the exceptions.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I was talking to you about this on the way here. There's so many driver aids, which are fine. It's not a problem, but it really does sort of take away that pure driving experience, which on the road means there's loads of people hogging the middle of the motorway with automatic lane assist. But when you're driving a car fast, you know, we've all got older vehicles. I'm not going to offend anyone here. No. So, but when you've got, you know, cars that you can't fully turn the traction control off, and then you can't do this, and then, you know, they've got all of this extra stuff, it makes the car really fast, but you don't feel it.
No. Yeah.
You know, and the safety stuff with all I get why they do it, but, you know, I've got about this much metal in between me and the road on the doors, whereas, you know, you've got that on a bigger car. So you do really feel every single bit of it. And, you know, it's a car that I drive like this. I don't drive like that, you know. Yeah. So, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolute credit to Andy's work and engineering, really.
No, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we haven't spoke to Andy much about it, really. He's not really sure.
But yeah.
I'm just on a jolly.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Get out for the evening.
He's
here to make sure I'm not being. He's here to make sure I'm not talking absolute rubbish.
Right,
That's what it is.
Right, so going to Andy.
Yeah.
Back to the scoping days.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first met you.
What
Long
happens to
time
scoping?
ago.
Yeah.
It's on a rotisserie at the moment outside the workshop.
Right, okay.
It's got no doors on it or anything. It's pretty empty.
So you just refreshing?
No, what it was, no.
I'll tell you what,
I was left alone one evening with beer in the fridge and eBay on the phone,
Yeah.
and I ended up buying another shell,
Right, okay.
but not for a lot of money. So it was silly. 750 quid I paid for it.
Oh, yeah,
It
that's
was
not a lot of money.
pretty much rot free. Strut tops had been done. Was on a dolly. Came complete with glass doors, panels. But yeah, 750 quid. But
Yeah,
it
that's
had
bargain.
no sunroof.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
that's
So obviously, as you remember, the original one, you just about see it had an old sunroof in it. So yeah, no, I've got the new car. Spent a lot of time with my engineering friend putting a roll cage in it, and then it went to Envirostrip in Birmingham and was chemically stripped, taken back to bare metal, had all the rot obviously eaten out of it and everything. So, and it's still in that state now. It has like flash rusted a little bit, but you know, it will be dipped again before it gets coated. I'm not far off the coating stage. It's just, you know, my health hasn't been the best, and you know, cash flow, everyone else has similar problems.
There's some Primera being built.
Constantly doing other people's cars rather than my own.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, anyone who works on them for themselves in their small business, that generally tends to happen anyway.
Yeah, your car gets put to the side.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And then when you do get to the point where you're, yes, let's go work on my car, it's like, I just can't be bothered.
I always have the saying is, when you've got the time, you haven't got the money. When you've got the money, you haven't got
it's
the
very
time.
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And I will say a big respect to my late granddad, because he did leave me some money. So was able to make some progress with it not so long ago. Like I said, it's pretty much ready to go for e-coating and then to the body shop. Mechanically, it will probably be the same as it was before.
So have you still got all the running gear and stuff?
Yeah, still got all the running gear, still got all the rose jointed suspension and all of that. The only difference is going to be running a Cyvex PDU and ECU this time round.
Okay, cool.
So simplify all the wiring down, and it will all just be touchpad.
So Slow Pig version 2, yeah?
Yeah, basically that. Yeah, basically. I mean, initially it will come back with the same kind of power.
Right.
But in the future, obviously, I will probably forge the engine, because the engine's not forged. It's still a standard engine.
Strong engine.
It's a strong engine, yeah. I mean, everyone's everyone's all said to me, oh, it shouldn't have lasted as long as it has, but you know, touch wood, and you know, the quality of the map that was on it. Sadly, my mapper doesn't map anymore, but it's 498.8 horsepower at 1.3 bar.
It's good power,
which is not a lot of boost.
That's good power.
And the only thing that was done to it was a set of ARP head studs and a head gasket. Apart from that, the motor is standard, and I've never done the bearings on it or nothing. So I only paid 1,100 quid for the car originally. So
I know, mate. That's quite cheap. It annoys me how much they are now.
It's insane. It's insane. Yeah.
That's how much that shell costs.
Yeah.
Mine literally was broken and in bits. Was 1,100
quid.
I
was saying to Sam,
and that wasn't even a Skyline.
We had Sam on last night because we recorded another one last night because Sam couldn't do it Monday. And we were saying about the fact that you'll have a non-turbo auto R33 and they're wanting 12 grand for it. And I'm like, what is going on?
But what you're paying for is just a body shell.
Yeah.
So
you're not really paying for anything else.
I'm not going to make any comment about this, but on the SR20 side of things, there's a Silvia S15 Spec R, admittedly a late version, £37,000.
That's insane amount.
It's mental money.
They were 15 grand a few years ago.
Yeah, mental money.
But I mean, for those that don't know, you should really explain what Sky Pig is.
Oh, it's just been I originally got the car, the first one. I only paid 1,100 quid for it because a guy thought it was knackered, and all it had was an exhaust blow, but it sounded, horrific. And I just said to her, I said, I'll give you 1,100 quid now. I'll take it away, and you won't hear nothing from me. And he was like, "Yeah, all right then." I think he was a bit desperate for the money, maybe, but it worked for me.
Yeah.
And then it sort of, I had a Skyline.
Slow from there.
Well, I had a Skyline when I was 21. So I've already sort of introduced myself to that. And, I blew a valve in that and this, that, and the other, and had to head off. And, and I was quite well known down on the South Coast in that car. And then I sold it and bought a Volkswagen Beetle. Don't know why.
That's a bit of a change.
Yeah, well, it's not a normal Beetle. It's like it was built by John Rathbun. It's actually a space frame chassis.
All right, okay.
All the wings, bonnet, and everything are all carbon fiber, and it's got a 20 valve turbo in the back of it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Didn't put Subaru lump in there.
No, well, you see, this is the other thing that really irked me because I'm known for my Subarus. I've been doing them for a long time, and another car came up built by John Rathbun with Carrera 4 running gear. So it was 4-wheel drive, but it was the Carrera, the gearbox had been converted to a Subaru engine.
Oh, nice.
So that one would have probably worked better for me.
Yeah.
But my taste changed, and we like cars. I'm still like my Volkswagens. Don't get me wrong, and maybe I'll build it, maybe I won't. But if someone wants to buy it, it's there. If they want a good project, and it'll turn heads. It'll turn heads.
So you still got it.
Still got it. It's got a logbook. Yeah, got 4 wheels on it.
But we were saying about we were looking for a project to do between us.
No, it's nice. The carbon parts are made by Ramel, which is a massive French carbon fiber factory company, and they're not open with carbon fiber. The only way you can tell if they're carbon, just look underneath and you can see it. But they're made proper. They're gel coated, and they're probably about 2 inches wider than standard wings.
Okay.
And carbon running boards. It's pretty switch. You can take the body off of it.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, that was another project that I never really got round to, and then just fell in love with the Japanese cars. And
let's talk about that, because you've also got another Japanese car as well, haven't you?
Got a Legacy.
Yes, and another one. Should we keep going?
Yeah, a Yaris GR.
Yes, let's go with the Yaris.
Let's go back to the Yaris. How long you had Yaris?
Yaris, I think I've had that 5-6 months.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I had a hybrid Corolla before, which was just my mileage car, parts car, this, that, the other. And then my circumstances changed. I didn't need it anymore. So I went down to Toyota down the road from me, Listers. And I said, I'm looking at a Yaris or replacing this with the Yaris. And yeah, they made it possible.
Okay.
So
What colour is it?
Red. It's a similar colour to your Oak-7.
Oh, okay.
But a bit darker.
Yeah.
But it's a Generation 1 circuit pack car, so it's got big brakes, bigger old roll bars, and better suspension.
They're quite a nifty little car.
It's awesome. I've put an E-Venturi intake on it and Whiff-Bits exhaust. And when you're on your own in the car, you don't feel the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down those private roads.
Yeah.
Yes, if
down the private roads on the estate.
if the finance company are listening, he definitely has not done that as well.
Not done that.
No, it's not the finance company doesn't say anything in there about.
I don't know.
No, it says I can modify it if I can race it. So.
Oh, brilliant!
And I will be competing hopefully in the Tin Top Challenge at Prescott and Chelsea.
Oh, God, wicked. Well, you have to let us know when that is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So.
And also, I've got to ask this: when are you going to take me out in the GR?
Well, I haven't got it with me tonight.
No, but when?
I'll take you on the Skoda if you want.
We'll organise it. Yeah. It's great fun.
Yeah, so all experience.
Because you guys run a club as well, don't you?
I know. I'm just part of the admin just to help along. I'm just
but there's a club here. I feel like.
No,
all right. Well,
I'm
club.
usually the convoy leader, like I used to be.
Right.
So you're still a big part of the club. So the club's called Off Branded UK, and it's an all inclusive club. So anything.
Wrong hoodie.
Right. Tell you what, OCD detailing.
Give a shout out to OCD detailing.
They ceramic coated the Primera. Actually, fantastic. Okay. Yeah, honestly, Ryan is such a hard-working, man. He's brilliant. I love Ryan to bits. No, it's called Off Branded UK, and it's just an all-inclusive car club.
But it's a national club, it's not.
It's a national one, yeah. Okay. So we do a lot of shows. We do the Castle Coombe Action Days. We do Isle of Wight Takeover, things like that. What I wanted to introduce was a lot of them are younger car enthusiasts. And I feel like, without sounding a bit arrogant,
excuse me,
we're now old OGs, right? We're the experienced ones. You can't look at the younger generation and go, they don't know anything. Of course they don't know anything. They haven't got the experience. So let's help them, right, and guide them a little bit. So I brought Andy in, and we made sort of a technical sort of area of the club, and some of them are just absolutely taken to it. So they got some really good technical minds. And then also I've, asked that some of us locally with some, really nice cars can come along on stands as well to just mingle with them, because they're really nice, and we all start from somewhere. I wouldn't say their cars are rubbish, they're not at all, but they're not what they want to aspire to.
Yeah.
So if we give them the access, exactly.
Else. They don't.
So
you're limited, aren't you?
No, it's
we've
ridiculous.
worked together. Matt's been doing a lot of photography with it as well. So they get like the experience and the stuff that we get from, to be honest, being privileged to have, these cars that we've built.
Mm.
Yeah.
But they get a feel of it and they feel a part of it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. So we have a nice mixture of cars on stands.
Do some good charity stuff as well, don't we?
We do, yeah. We do charity work as well.
We've done a few,
because what Andy does, right?
Raffle off a seat.
The other car that he hasn't mentioned is M3.
Yeah, I've got them. Yeah, M3, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
E90.
E90 M3. Yeah.
How do you not know this?
Yeah, you saw it. I'm pretty sure you saw it.
I've seen it loads of times.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we do sometimes is for Blood Cancer UK is we do sort of a charity raffle, and the winner gets to throw up in his car whilst he's going around Quarry Corner at Castle Coombe.
Wherever we're doing a show, basically.
Yeah, when we do a show, there's track times.
Yeah, we'll get
there's
some track time and raffle off the seat.
No, that's something that we do, but it's nice. And there's a lot of people that say that the car scene's full of this and full of that, but it's what you see on social media. When you actually go and speak to people, there's a guy I was talking to today. He was really interested. I went to Cafe and Machine yesterday in the car. He was really interested in the cars, talking about all these Japanese cars that he's owned and blah blah. What does he have? He's got a 1 of 40 Aston Martin Vantage GT8, that blue one.
Oh, that was
He's
him,
been
was it?
talking to
Wow.
me all day about the car and like, I used to have an Lexus LS 400.
Are you sure he's
and all
not
this.
grooming you?
No, I'm sure he's fine. He's good lad. So, everyone is quite nice and respectful. It's just that little 1% that you see online talking absolute bollocks on the internet. Everyone else is too busy working or building their cars or working to build their cars.
We've had it wrong.
Like,
You get the occasional one that just tries to be funny.
Yeah.
But it's like your mum used to say, if you ain't got anything nice to say, don't say it.
No.
Yeah, my mum was the worst for that though. She'd never say anything nice.
Yeah, but look at your face, man. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, it's a nice little club. I've been running it. Well, Becky owns it. I've been running with Becky and Samara for a couple of years now. So
It's a good crack.
yeah, it is. They're a good bunch.
To be honest, it's rude of us not to actually join. To be fair,
It is really good. Yeah,
You can come along on an action day. That's absolutely no problem.
we sort of we've got different sorts of age group, haven't we?
yeah, we've got very, very varied age group.
Varied cars as well.
Yeah.
We have one meet.
It's difficult to appeal to everyone, isn't it?
It is.
Well, we have one meet where my wife's wedding car turned up, right? And it's an old, it's near 100 years old. It's an old Bonnie and Clyde car.
Mm.
It's like you were saying though, Chris. You've got to attract some of the bigger cars to attract the other guys in because they want to see.
But it's also like, I don't want people going, I've got this car and I can't afford to modify it. I wish I was like him. Go and talk to him. He's a human being, or her. They've done exactly what you've done. I like I said, 3 odd years ago, just before I got back into the car scene, I was driving a £500, and now I'm in that. Yeah. With another car, like it shifts.
Our generation is we didn't have the finance, so you grew up starting with a starter car and working your way up.
Learn it.
Oh, I don't know. I smashed a few credit cards in my time.
See, I didn't get credit, but I learned, and I know we all took the mick out back in the day. Used to take the mick out of me being arrogant in my Mark III Golf, but I did all the work myself because I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Right, and that's another thing about these cars from the 90s. They're fantastic for you to learn mechanics on.
Best era.
Simple car.
Easy. Because you get a nice mixture of like your creature comforts and a few luxuries. You get your power steering, you get your ABS, but at the same time, you can get stuck in. And you can really make it your own, and you get that sense of pride once you've done that work on the car.
Cars as well.
I just don't fit in anything old and Japanese. because
Do
I'm
you
too
not?
tall.
Oh yeah.
Well, you
That's
fit in
why-
your RX-8.
Yeah, but that's a modern car.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
To
I
get to
don't-
us.
I don't-
Anything past
I don't-
2000
I
is
don't-
modern. Sorry,
I
Sal.
think that
I don't fit
It
in
is
the
one for me to be
R32s.
fair,
Do you
but, yeah.
Too small.
it is quite compact for a 32. to be
And I'm
fair.
too big
Yeah.
for the 32s. So
Right,
33 was the only one I could afford. So.
Well, a question we've asked everyone that we've had on so far.
Go on.
First of all, Chris, what was your first car?
Ha.
Hang on, was his first car on the road or?
Yeah,
On the road.
owned. Owned.
On the road.
Owned myself, yeah. Volkswagen Golf Mark III 1.8 SE in Storm Grey.
That's a nice first car.
It's not bad. It cost me
Yeah.
£750.
You were doing well for
That was,
yourself.
yeah, that was a
Right.
nice first car.
Yeah.
700. So, right, this is going to sound so bit. I was working at Waitrose in Cheltenham
Oh,
at the time on the night,
yeah.
right? And then I went to university. No, but I did.
Okay.
So I was at uni, and I went to Stockport to buy this car. And honestly, it's the most depressing place that I've ever been to. The sky was grey, the buildings were grey, it was all grey, the car was grey, but I loved it. Called it Jeff. I'd always wanted a Mark III Golf because I walked outside of school one day when I was 14 years old, and the Mark III Golf had a DTM exhaust on the back of it and was going down the road, and I was like, I
you
want to
were
be
hooked.
that guy, right? So I bought it. Must have spent about $2,000 on mods at the time. Like manifold exhaust system, got a BMC CDA intake off of the R6. It was so big, it actually broke the gasket on the throttle body and it just wouldn't start half the time. So I had to fix that. Shortened shocks, put some alloys on it, and just was an absolute dick in Cheltenham with it, wasn't I? Like all the time.
And this is how his name came about.
Right, yeah. So then they
Burnout
called me
Lloyd.
Burnout Lloyd because I'd try and do burnouts and fail because the clutch was slipping, right?
All that or a break a drive shaft.
Yeah,
or something
that was
else.
it. Yeah, yeah. So
Like
like, it
this
literally,
fanfare. Da, 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 da.
yeah. So
Disappointment.
they every single time I'd leave KFC Cheltenham, they do a recording. It'd be like, wah, like an old person going off because it was just it would slip.
Oh, and also, did you crash it?
Yes,
Hey!
Right, but-
Just crashed your first car.
right. But I fixed it. So I went into the back of someone in North Wales because someone at uni, he threw a Guinness can at one of them and went, "D's nuts, bitch," right? Before the meme came down, right?
Right.
And they chased us all around the town. I ended up going into the back of a 306 GI6, which was a bit
Oh
heartbreaking.
no.
But they slammed on.
Even though
They
it's a
slammed
baguette
on. There
car.
was a full police investigation and everything. And it all got acquitted because they lied about what was going on.
Yeah.
And then that was one wing gone, but they were easy. They would bolt on, bolt off.
Yeah, it's
And then a headlight, bang, done. Then I was messing around with my mates in Tesco's car park in Cleve. Had my car had the seat reclined really far back like an idiot. We were just messing about, and next thing you know, this bang! I'd gone straight into a bollard. But that wing was red. It was a grey car with a red wing, so that one got replaced with a grey wing. So an old mate of mine, Tills, had one spare, and he sold me the wing. So I put the wing on that one, another headlight again, and then in the end with that one, the coil packs started to go because they eat coil packs. And at that time, I was working at Sainsbury's, right? So I thought,
Oh, you went from Waitrose?
Oh yeah.
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 Came out the next day, started it, wouldn't start. It had just, the head gasket had gone. There was all sorts wrong with it. I'd literally driven that car to destruction. And then there's a picture of this Golf on the back of an RAC like loader thing. And yeah, that was it.
What Das
At the end
Auto.
of that.
That was the end of that.
Right, Andy, your first car.
A Volkswagen Beetle.
What's that Beetle?
Yeah, bought it when I was 16. Drove it back from central London when I was 16.
As you do.
As you do, no insurance,
Yeah.
no MOT, no nothing. That was a long time ago. But I restored it and brought it back to life, and it was actually featured in Autocar
Oh,
magazine. I've got the clipping at
Oh,
home.
okay.
fair play.
When they
So I'm
used to
guessing
do
you
the
didn't
car
crash
nuts.
that one then.
No, but I did have a previous Beetle, which I used like back in the day. My mum, we lived on a farm, and I wanted a quad bike, and she was like, "You're not having a quad bike," because around the time Rick Mail had his accident and almost killed himself, and all
Yeah.
this, so it's like, "You're not having a quad bike.
Yeah.
You'll be safer in a car." So she bought a MOT failure Mini. Had it all painted up with the number 10 on the doors.
You
I was only
fitted
10.
in a Mini. I
Yeah.
suppose you were
I was
10.
only
So
10.
yeah.
So she had a bucket seat put in it. loud exhaust, fat wheels, fat tyres, lowered suspension, so it wouldn't roll over.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's where I cut my teeth, going around the fields on the handbrake, learning how to drive effectively on grass. It's like ice. And after that died, I had a Peugeot 104. You probably won't remember them because you'd only ever really see them in France.
No.
And then after that, I had a Beetle. So that's where the rear wheel drive came into it. That one I did crash
Okay.
into a cross country jump in the field. So so that met its end there. But no, the one I bought, my first car, I restored it, and over time, with the help of my mum and other family members and stuff, it was like a bit of a group effort. We all did it.
So is it still about? Do you know if it's still about? Or?
No, I don't think it is now.
No? That's
I remember the number plate, RRU312N.
Just Google it, mate. See
Yeah.
if it's still about.
But I was really into my Volkswagens when I was a kid, and me and my sister, we did bug jam like 5 years on the trot. We got to know all the Fire Force crew. God bless Richard, rest in peace, the front man from Fire Force who died this year, really suddenly. But Martin Hills and that lot, they run a wicked team with the jet cars, a real spectacle. But yeah, we got really close with them at one point. Yeah, it was really good fun. Like I said, 5 years at bug jam was probably enough. But they were good times, really good times,
No, fair play. But it's all memories, isn't it?
Yeah.
All memories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got some good memories from car meets, some car shows, some car seeing. And it's,
I think I was probably the last generation that really truly got to enjoy some of these cars properly before they went through the roof. Because another one of the cars that I was known for was I had a 328i Sport BMW E36, Sierra Red, individual, manual,
colour,
genuine Sport, 1,500 quid.
It's too good for you.
It was. I sold it for the same price the following year. I drove the absolute nuts off that as well. That was my first proper rear-wheel drive car on the road, and God, you could tell because I just hammered it everywhere. Like speeds, to be honest, I wouldn't be here. I'd be eating porridge in the morning. Let's just put it that way. And anyway, that car lives on because they've put the V8 out of your M3 in it. That would be a serious build, and put a touring car, the GT touring car spoiler on it and stuff like that.
They put one of the V8s out of my BMW. They put one in a Mini.
Yeah, it's mad.
Sponsored by Powerflex.
Is it sat on their lap or something?
No, it's got a Subaru running gear. The rear end Subaru.
Yeah.
And the front end, they've just got a shoehorn in.
Chunky, Chunk.
Yeah, that car again. His car. Yeah, that car came from Scotland. I picked that one up as well.
That's
so been to Scotland twice this year for two different cars.
My build is quite mild, really. It's quite mild.
Chunko's build is another level.
Yeah, the Honda Civic Type R.
It's going to blow that Civic out of the water from what we've seen. But he went to the same guy that I did for the livery, so he's got the official livery.
Oh, is it?
Of one of the touring cars.
That
Fina one. Yeah, that Fina one.
But the car is actually, it's an original race car.
Yeah,
it's a proper M3 4-door race car.
Yeah. So...
we'll have to get him on. We'll have to speak. We'll have to recheck it.
Good luck getting him on. He's a funny one. I don't think he... Well, you could try, but you might have to just grab him somewhere and start asking him questions. He's currently building a Mini himself.
I've seen that.
He's...
Whenever he does it, to learning.
Yeah.
We've already got this down, so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his build is just absolutely immense. But, your build, what is next for your build?
That's a good question.
Gearbox.
Yeah, the gearbox needs replacing. I mean, we're going to raise the front up a bit, unfortunately, because it rubs. But bar from maintenance, the next things that need to be done to it, I've got a spare interior because the interior is a bit knackered, so I'm thinking of doing something to that.
Okay.
You're not thinking of going down the motorsport route with the interior, or?
I've got my wisdom teeth, right? So I'm thinking I'm using them, and I'm always thinking. Nikos told me with the E30, don't put a cage in it and all of that yet, because you want to sort of enjoy driving around in it, whereas it will be like a right pain. Now, if it was just a pure track car, 100%, love to do that. Yeah. But I kind of like, what's nice about it is that it does all of that, but you can still fit 5 people in the back, and the boot's full of tools and all sorts of stuff as well. Because I'm just an anxious being. I trust the car and I trust Andy's engineering. I just don't trust if I get a flat tire or something like that. So there's a jack in the back and all sorts. So I kind of like the practicality of it. It's quite funny, really. But there's 2 things that I want to do. I want a wider or like a longer oil cooler. The oil cooler we've got is good, but it needs to go on track soon. And really, my head's thinking, let's put a wider oil cooler in it just to keep it going. Because I mean, it might have been just because it was heat wave weather this summer.
This last summer was hot. Wasn't
it wasn't really something you can measure normal conditions on, but it just seemed to it wouldn't overheat, but it would just take a little bit longer than I would want for it to cool down. Yeah. And the best way to do that is make a bit of oil cooler, because everything else works absolutely fine. Like, it's perfect for that. The other thing as well is that we wanted to we took the fog lights out, and we don't know, might consider like brake ducting.
Oh, okay, cool.
Brake cooling ducting with it. That would be a fun little thing to do.
The Skyline brakes on as well, haven't you?
Yeah, the Sky Pig brakes.
Oh, okay.
So it's got bits of that on it. So
Sky Pig lives on it.
They're another set. They're not the actual ones off that car. No.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, the ones.
No, they're off the Sky Pig.
Yeah,
they're not off the Sky Pig.
No, but what it does have is the steering wheel. The steering wheel's
my original,
which is nice.
Nardy wheels
really
in the
touch.
Primera.
And I think there's an intercooler pipe as well.
But, some sort of bits.
Do you know what? That was such good fun. The exhaust. We took some bits off it from Nick Dyson, who's a legend in the Primera scene, really, with a turbo build he made. But we custom made the exhaust and the intercooler. That was a fun weekend, making a intercooler pipe bits and stuff like that.
I used to do that for a living. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I actually used to do it for a living. I love making intercooler pipe work up.
Yeah, so Forge and Silicon Hoses were fantastic with us, weren't they?
They are great.
Really good companies.
Big shout out to Chris,
because we do a lot of. We always wanted to support local where we could, and obviously you got Martin Freeman. Wakefield, sorry.
My engineer, if I can't do it, he can do it.
He engineered some custom bits that were just absolute top shelf stuff. So we used everyone local where we could, wherever, and so.
That's right.
Okay, well, we better leave it that, guys. We have talked quite a while now.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I think I might put this out as a 2-parter. Just to keep people interested. But it's been a good one. Thank you, Andy. And thank you, Chris, for coming on. It's been great, mate.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Great.
Thank you. And like and subscribe.
Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Would you like to come to mine so you can see the new car?
And tell you
and we'll record the program there with it there.
Oh yes.
That sounds like a plan. We will come to yours and we will record it.
Daylight.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what.
You can see all the
cars. If you haven't seen it by then, I'll make sure that's there as well. You can see all the cars. All right, how's that for a deal? Yes. All right, we'll bring all the projects together.
You can see where the magic happens.
Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you again. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
See you guys there. Bye.